Welcome back. Did you know the last time the Cubs won the World Series, the school we now call UTEP did not exist and would not exist for 6 more years? It's been 108 years of futility for the Cubbies. It's been 68 years since the Indians won a World Series, so something's got to give. World Series Game 1, first inning, Cleveland manufacturing runs. Jose Ramirez, the infield single. Now to put a run on the board, 1-0 Tribe. Still in the first. This one gets away from John Lester. It's a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. 2-0 Tribe. Corey Kluber, meantime, just sitting them down. 8 Ks in the first 3 innings. That is a record, by the way. Then from that point on, it was the Roberto Perez show. 2 homers, including this one in the 4th, and a 3-run shot in the 8th. Indians roll the Cubs 6-0 in Game 1. Well, the big night for Cleveland sports continued in the NBA. Cavs unveiling their championship banner before taking on the Knicks. LeBron putting on a show early. First, the 2-handed jam, then in transition, LeBron to Kyrie Irving. Back to LeBron. He had a triple-double, by the way. How about Kyrie? 29 on the night, including that nasty up and under. Cavs cruise 117-88. Spurs and Warriors in action tonight. What a way to open the season for both teams right now. Spurs all over Durant and company in his debut. 102-79 San Antonio in the 4th. 1,000 wins. It's a milestone very few coaches in any sport reach. Just so happens we've got a 1,000-time winner in our own backyard. Franklin volleyball coach Flo Valdez honored this evening for reaching 1,000 wins. The school holding a ceremony before the Franklin versus Americas match tonight. She'd actually got 1,014 entering the night. That puts her in the top 16 in the entire nation. 638 of those wins have come at Franklin, but she says she's just getting started.
I'm in my 50th year of teaching and my 43rd year of coaching, so it's been a lot of fun. You know, different kids come every year. I expect to maybe I'll go 1,100. I don't know. I'm going to stick around a while, though.
Franklin seniors also honored tonight before the match, so really a big night for Cougars volleyball. Could they get a W against the Trailblazers? Well, having Kaylee Roebelin on your team helps early on. The spike from Roebelin, 6'4" Cougars in the first. Blazers would hang tough, though. Valerie Arrieta with a spike of her own, but in the end, it just had to be Franklin's night. Roebelin again right here. Too much power. Franklin wins in straight sets. Win number 1,015 for Valdez. Some sad news tonight. Longtime high school basketball coach Bob Hack passed away today after battling cancer. Here you see him coaching Santa Teresa back in 2012. He led that team to a state title. He also had a distinguished coaching career in El Paso. He led Hanks to the Elite Eight in 1992. He also coached at places like Bel Air, Parkland, and Socorro. He was a grad assistant under Don Haskins. Those who knew him say he was simply a basketball genius.
And he was so hip. You know, a lot of coaches aren't hip. As they get older, they don't become hip. He was hip all the time and was in tune with his players. He doesn't talk about himself much, and that's the way he was. He was close to the vest about himself. But, man, he was a giant as a coach.
Well, New Mexico State has a tough one coming up this weekend. They'll take on Texas A&M in a battle of the Aggies. Of course, A&M the huge favorite. Coach Doug Martin certainly has his hands full preparing for this one.
So, you know, I mean, the big problem there is that they've just got weapons, and the offensive line is huge, like all SEC offensive lines. And, you know, you got to make sure they don't just roll you out of there and run the ball up and down the field. You've got to expend people to stop the running game.
That is your look at sports. More weather on tap. We'll be right back.